everybody, Jeremy here. So today I wanted to create a video that's basically a wish list of characters that I think would be really awesome if McFarlane Toys made figures out of them for the DC Multiverse line. Now, I know there's already a ton of figures in that line already, most of them being Batman, but if I had my wish and all things were perfect, here are some of the characters I would like to see made. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. There's too many DC Comics characters to go over, but here are the ones that stood out most to me at this time. Let's take a look at them. The first one being, and I've said this before, I want this guy. I want the black suit Superman with the long hair. That's what I want. All right. And I want a comic version. I want this guy. All right, so I know that we've got a couple, well, we have 3 black suit Superman already. We've got the one from the animated series. We have the one from the Justice League movie. And then we also have another one from Lois and Clark, the one with the beard. He's cool, but the 90s one, this is the one that I want. So I think I've said this in other videos in the past. In fact, I know I did, but I want this guy. Okay. I wouldn't even mind, basically buying the same figure twice in this case, if he had a different head sculpt like this Superman. All right. So I just wanted to get that out the way. Let's move on to another character. So this next guy is Superman Blue, somewhat of a controversial character. He's almost a complete reimagination of Superman. He's an energy-based superhero. And there was a time when there was a Superman Blue, and then there was also a Superman Red, basically the same costume, just a different color. And it's somewhat obscure. It's kind of weird. You don't really hear too many folks talking about this guy these days, but I think that's perfect for the McFarlane line. If they can create characters based on scenes in comic books that were only just a couple of panels or something like that, then why not Superman Blue? Okay, I think he will look awesome. They already have like these little effects they can put on them, use something from like one of the flashes and just color it blue or something like that. I think this Superman will look really awesome as part of the collection and would undoubtedly be the most unique Superman that McFarlane Toys has ever put out, because there's no cape. Okay, there's no curl. There's none of that. He doesn't even look like Superman. So I want to see Superman Blue. These first handful of characters are all going to be Superman related. All right, so just get ready for that. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, so we have the Cyborg Superman. So basically what I'm going for here is after Superman was killed by Doomsday, we had some other characters come and try to take up that mantle of Superman. So basically, I want a reign of the Superman line. And a part of that line would be the Cyborg Superman, which I personally always thought was really cool because I really like Terminators and he kind of looks like a Terminator. So I would really like to see this character have, machine, have human look. I think it'll be awesome. Give us this guy. He will be amazing. We already have a Bizarro, so I know it's not too far out there to want a figure like this or to think, hey, do you think he would make something like this? Do it. Cyborg Superman. And while we're on that topic, Steel. Okay, another one of the reign of the Superman kind of characters. So Steel is just a dude in a suit that he made that gives him power of flight, and he's strong and he has that really big hammer, and make him into a figure as well. Why the heck not? Know that he already there are some companies, I think it was like Mafex, that is coming out with a Steel action figure, but it's super expensive. It's like $105. So we're looking for something that you can sell for a really good price, preferably mass market retail that still has good quality. That's what McFarlane is known for. So Steel, I need that. Give me a Steel. And the last one from this Superman line I think we should get is Eradicator. Okay, another one of these faux Superman that popped up around that time when Superman died. So this guy is really cool looking. He's got like that visor. That's the thing that really makes him stand out from Superman in general. That's like his MO, that yellow visor over his eyes, and the suit looks really cool. The way that the cape is sitting, you know, how it's kind of, you know, you see how it's on both sides and it's kind of just going back as opposed to like a traditional cape. Yeah, I would really like to see that guy. And why the heck not? Look at some of the other Supermen that we have here. We got Superboy Prime, who, you know, but we still have a character based on him. We've got Ultraman, We've got Ultraman, so why not Eradicator? Why not Steel? Why not Cyborg Superman? And I think we're already getting like a Superboy, or at least, you know, somewhat of a Superboy. So that's why I kind of left him out of this, because I know we're getting at least a version of him. But these are the three that I know that we have not heard anything about, and I would like to see that. So here's another thing that's kind of confusing as to why there's no character based on some core villains, part of like Batman's rogues gallery. Mr. Freeze. There's no Mr. Freeze figure in the DC Multiverse line. And it's like, what? All the attention has just sort of been focused in on Joker. Really, there's a bunch of Jokers, but there's no Mr. Freeze. I mean, how are you going to leave out Mr. Freeze? He's nowhere to be found. We've got Gorilla Grodd, but we don't have Mr. Freeze. Come on, we need to do that, you know? And there was a Mr. Freeze figure that was made by DC Collectibles back in the day when it was called DC Collectibles, and it was a great looking figure. And McFarlane has control of that now, so give us another Mr. Freeze, but put it under the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse banner because it'll be cheaper. Along this same line, Riddler. A classic Riddler. I'm not talking about the one from the Batman movie. I mean this guy with the green, with the mask, with the tie, you know, not like, you know, weird kind of serial killer-esque kind of a, you know, Riddler, but, you know, this kind of a Riddler. You know, give us this guy. And if you think that, well, he'll be a little bit too boring or whatever, I don't see his outfit being any more boring, I guess, than like something that the Joker would wear. It's a suit, you know, it just has less colors. It's just green, purple, and black. You know, and Joker's got a lot of different things going on. There's plenty of Joker figures with him wearing a suit, so give us that. And you don't even have to worry about giving him a gun. All right, you can just give him this, make us a Riddler. And then last but not least, a part of the why isn't this Batman villain a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure by now, Two-Face. That's a pretty huge picture I got of Two-Face here. But yeah, another figure that DC Collectibles made that is really, really good looking. And I know McFarlane can nail this, especially, I mean, that face, they're wonderful at faces. So why hasn't there been a Two-Face yet? I don't know. But we need that. And even though I don't have any pictures up on the screen, I also think that we should get a penguin, again, not based on the movie, but just based on the comic book penguin, nice round penguin, and also Catwoman, not based on the movie, but just traditional Catwoman, Poison Ivy, you know, these classic Batman villains that I would think, you would think, would be first in line to make figures out of. But, you know, they kind of went through that first wave and then it was just Batman, Joker, Batman, Superman, Batman, and just kind of left out core villains. So, you know, let's expand this villains roster. All right, so now this next figure, or this next character, honestly, I don't know who it is, but let's both surprise each other. Okay, so Static. So there's a couple of reasons why I want to see Static. One is kind of a nostalgia thing, because back in the day, there was a cartoon called Static Shock. And it was one of those cartoons that we would look at, you know, like on the weekends or like after school. And, you know, it's nostalgic. The other thing is he's black, and so am I. And I want to see more black superheroes in action figure form. I don't think that's unreasonable because it's not like it's a whole lot of them. Right now at McFarlane Toys, we have the John Stewart Green Lantern. And then we also have the Tim Fox Batman. He's currently masked, but there's an unmasked Tim Fox Batman coming out. And I think that's about it. So it's not like Static is like, well, who's this guy? You know, whatever. And even if he was, having an obscure character that, you know, most people don't know about is not an excuse to not make a figure out of it in this line, because McFarlane does it all the freaking time. Okay. So just because, you know, he's not Superman doesn't mean that you can't make a figure out of him. Make a Static figure. And just like the Flash, you can include different lightning accessories and stuff. And in fact, I'm going to save you some money, because the next one that you can make is Black Lightning. So keep those lightning effects. People know who Black Lightning is. They had a freaking TV show based on him, you know? Another one of these superheroes that's been around for a very long time, you know? A lot of people know who he is, but not like that matters. And then last but certainly not least, he's black. So I want more black superheroes, that type of representation. It matters. It matters to me, all right? So that's why I want to see that. So the next one, and I'm almost done here. I didn't want this video to be too long. Aries. Now this guy has potentially mega fig potential. I was trying to get a sense of just how big he is, and I think he's like really tall, perhaps not like giant tall, but definitely, you know, like between 7 and 8 feet tall. Sometimes I see some pictures of him in Wonder Woman, and, you know, he can like almost fit her in the palm of his hand. But other times, you know, he just looks like he's just really tall, but maybe not, you know, like massively tall, like a Titan or something. I don't know. All right. Someone who can look at the source material and do some research, whatever, but he will still be bigger than most figures, and it would look awesome with all the detail that they can put in for this armor. I mean, just look at the armor, the eyes, just, it will look amazing. And I'm looking back over here at this, the first Build-A-Figure that I got from the DC Multiverse line. It was for the Merciless. Batman the Merciless. And he kind of, you know, he doesn't look like Aries, you know, but if you can do that, then I feel like you can certainly do Aries, especially maybe you want to make him into a Build-A-Figure. I don't know, but I think this villain, as far as looks go, and him looking really cool and enticing people to buy the figure because, oh man, look at that armor. Whoa, it's amazing. I think he would be a really, really good figure to have. Lastly, what I want to see is the rest of the Teen Titans, because we got Cyborg a long time ago, and then that was it. And it was just kind of weird because it was this particular Cyborg based on this TV show, you know, and he looked animated, and it was just kind of like a one and done thing. But I'm like, yo, what about Beast Boy and Starfire and Raven in this particular Robin? It's kind of weird, right? How you would just have this one figure based on this particular team, and then you don't do the others. I want to see the rest of the Teen Titans. And there's 5 of them. But since we already did Cyborg, now there's 4. So I was wondering, maybe that could be a Build-A-Figure wave. Maybe you can get the rest of the Teen Titans and you can make Trigon. Maybe you can build Trigon. I think that would be pretty neat. It would be kind of a bummer for people who missed out on Cyborg because he's not sold in stores anymore. But I don't know, maybe you can throw him up on McFarlane Toys store and you can get him there if you want to complete the team. But you can get everybody else and then build Trigon. I think that would be cool. You know, in this particular animated look, it'll be different and it'll be interesting, and I would like it. Now, this is the last of the specific characters that I think would be cool if we got figures made out of them. But here's some other like ideas in this perfect world that I'm creating in my mind. All right, so I was over at the DC website and they got like all these different characters here, right? So after reviewing Ultraman the other day, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we can kind of have figures based on these alternate Earths? Since Ultraman is the Earth 3 Superman, look at all of these multiple Earths that we have to choose from, and that we could get figures that are very, very different, that are based in different universes. Maybe not Earth 10. That wouldn't be good because Earth 10 is an Earth that, you know, basically the Nazis rule. and Superman is also a Nazi. So it may not a good idea to make figures based on Earth 10. But here are some other kind of unique characters from different Earths to consider. Earth 13, for example. This is kind of like a heavy magic fantasy kind of an Earth. You know, look at these guys. Very different, very unique. No one knows who these people are. And that's what makes it work. So the description here that says that Earth 13 is the only one to orbit a perpetual state of magical twilight. A strange combination of heroes and history adds to its uniqueness. But make no mistake, this is not a place where one simply pulls a rabbit from a hat and calls it magic. This is the world of the occult, where the supernatural is real, where the mystical energy, mystical sorcery is so thick you breathe it in the air, allowing your senses to tingle with the aroma of witchcraft. Nice, you know? So we got the world's protector, Super Demon. He defends Earth in the name of Merlin, joined by Hellblazer, Anataz, Witchboy, Swampman, Fate, Ragman, Deadman, and Enchantress. It's kind of neat, right? So that's just one of the Earths. Another Earth that I think will be kind of cool will be this one, Earth 19. Because Earth 19 is kind of like really kind of old school, almost steampunkish kind of, you know? So this is, it has a post-Victorian era aesthetic. King Edward rules in this 21st century empire where the past feels like the future. This is Earth 19. Now, I wish that there were more pictures of it, but just to kind of give you an idea, this is what Batman looks like in this world. So look at that, you know, and then here's the newspaper, you know, strange creature sighted, and, you know, and like, oh, is this a Batman? So it'll be really interesting to see how different characters, superheroes, and even villains would look in this in this aesthetic. You know, I think that would be very neat. Let's look at some other Earths. So we know about Earth 23. Mattel did a character based on this particular Superman that I have. So this is Superman. He's a black Superman, and he's also the president of the United States, Calvin Ellis. All right. So he's the Superman in that world. McFarlane, you can do a figure based on him, because the Mattel one was very Mattel, you know, is very toyish, not necessarily like collectible-ish. So I think that it could really benefit from the extra detail and articulation and a flight stand and stuff that McFarlane can bring to it. So yeah, that Superman from this Earth would be pretty cool. Let's look at some more Earths. There's so many of them. I'm not going to go over all of them, just kind of the ones that stood out, you know, kind of like the most to me. So let's see here. Here is one. Okay. This is Earth 44. Now, Earth 44 is an Earth that doesn't have any superheroes, but a guy created them. Okay. So it says here, Tornado focused his efforts on engineering his own superheroes from the ground up and decided to base them on the comic books he read and cherished as a kid. The results are a Justice League as powerful as all the others, only robots. And like the metal men of other worlds, each hero is forged of a different mineral, adapting many of his qualities. So gold is for Superman. Batman is made of iron, Wonder Woman is made of platinum, and the Flash is based in mercury. So here's some pictures of these guys. Look at that. This is probably the most unique bunch of superheroes yet. So you know who they are just by looking at them. You know, that's Wonder Woman. Hey, look, there's Flash. Hey, there's Batman. Hey, there's Superman. You know, so you know who they are, but they're freaking robots. That's neat. I like that. That's cool. And then just for fun, I'm just going to look at this last one here. You know, actually, I'm going to look at Earth 6 as well, because I'm not sure what that's about. But check out Earth 47, something out of a 60s, possibly drug-induced fever dream. All right, so you got the leader of the group, Sunshine Superman. Okay, and the ranks include the Dark Knight Avenger known as Shooting Star, the green tinted Magic Lantern, and the wily Speed Freak. Here are the pictures of these guys. the superheroes of Earth 47. Isn't that weird? Now, I mean, the characters based on these guys, you ain't gonna get toys out of them, you know. I understand that. I get it. But it's just freaky. It's just really freaky. Now I'm just going to take a look at Earth 6 just for a second because the picture kind of looks cool. So let me see what Earth 6 is about. Just imagine if someone completely outside the multiverse was able to create their own version of some of the DC Universe's greatest heroes. That place will be Earth 6. Here, Superman is a cosmic cop, a castaway from the planet Krypton. Green Lantern is a being whose body glows with a greenish hue from the power of the world tree Yggdrasil that surges through him. Wonder Woman is a heroine that yields the immensely powerful celestial staff of Manco Karpak. Batman has a mind like a steel trap and is clad from head to toe in a terrifying bat suit complete with wings. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, these will be cool characters to have here. Look at that suit that Batman's wearing. Superman costume unlike any that you've ever seen. Wonder Woman's outfit looks really nice. I like that. Gold and white. I love that color combo of gold and white. Love it, love it. It looks amazing. Yeah, these guys look good. I would like to see figures based on these guys. And it looks like, maybe if you do 4 of these, and then maybe you can build whoever this guy is on the right. I'm not sure who this big guy is, but maybe you can build him. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So anyway, guys, that is my take on characters that I think will be really awesome to see as part of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. Never going to happen, most likely, but it was fun to just sort of fantasize and go through this and even show you some Earths in DC Multiverse that you probably didn't even know existed, because, you know, I didn't know that they existed, and it's just really great information. So if you want to take a look at some of these different Earths for yourself and the other characters in the DC Multiverse, you can go to dccomics.com and they got it all there. You can see them all there. But that is it, you guys. Let me know in the comments what figures you would like to see made in the DC Multiverse line, heroes, villains, whatever. And yeah, share your thoughts. So thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Jeremy. Talk to you later.